It's the talk of people in the know. Welcome to the G Block Show. This is the G Block Show, episode 10.
So, anyways, I was telling you early on, I would get back to this Jada thing. The ring, she tears it off she tears off her wedding ring, Jada. You know, Jada, it says here, freewheeling Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, people don't know who she is. She's Will Smith's, I don't know what you call her, his other half, his lady, anyway, apparently, Mr. Smith, apparently, Mr. Smith and this Robbie, Margot's another name you should never name your kid, because Margot sounds a lot like maggot. Maggot, Margot, maggot. You're not doing your kid any favor when you name her Margot. It's a girl, for crying out loud. Margot, like some kind of culture. It's like something you might have in like a science lab. It's like, what are you looking at there through the microscope? Oh, yeah, we just have some bacteria, Margot. Apparently names don't stop some of these guys from trying to get to the honey, if you know what I'm saying. Co-star Smith is going all gaga over Margot Robbie, and they got these flirty pictures which look quite honestly disgusting. I don't like to see this kind of stuff right after I've had a meal. They post such things, but then it shows here classy look, very thoughtful, introspective look at this Pinkett. Now she's Pinkett. Now they're calling her Pinkett. Well, Jada Pinkett. Now that's a name. She just apparently while she was on TV in some show, something like that, some Red Table Talk, I guess. She wasn't wearing her wedding ring. Now, do we know what happened to it? We don't know. But did she take it off and just forget to put it on? But was she cleaning, doing some dishes and stuff? I doubt it. Maybe she sold it. But they're saying she tears off wedding ring. Well, she didn't really tear it off. It's just not there, and it's not just didn't disappear either. Things just don't happen like it. The ring is. Have you ever known anybody who had a ring on their finger and all of a sudden just disappeared? No, of course not. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Just to get people's attention. Disappearing ring on this Jada. Okay, now we're getting into the juicy stuff. Bill Cosby, prison wedding surprise. Ha ha! Yes, I've got to see this. He's in prison. Everybody do the jailhouse rock. Yeah. So it makes me think, all right, well, he's probably ditched the man he was with. Let's face it, she's more like a man than a woman. Enabled him. God only knows what she was doing while he was out trying to turn women into like almost zombies, kind of cadaver-like. Because let's face it, I mean, he could have had any woman practically on Earth he wanted, and but he didn't want that. He wanted them in a state of like cadaver. I'm just going to say it that's obviously his thing. He's very kinky, and he's turned on by that's the way around it. He's turned on by corpse sex. So, anyways, here it says, caged sex pest. That's the quote in this paper. Sex pest. Makes him sound like a mosquito that wants to kind of, do your arm, so to speak. No, he's a bit more than a sex pest, but fine, go with that. Bill Cosby's long-suffering wife, give me a break, has called off plans for a divorce. Were they actually planning on getting a divorce? His long-suffering. I just got to take issue with that. For crying out loud, this woman's never suffered a second. She'd be willing to give him dead bodies if that's what he wanted. Anyways, supposedly they cut off this divorce idea. Instead, they've done a 180, a complete reverse. And instead of him getting married to some other guy there in prison, apparently they want to, Camilla is her name. Well, she was already divorcing, but now 180 decided she wants them to renew their vows in prison. Well, how sweet is that? My goodness. Our other vows are getting old and kind of run a little thin. But for the wear and tear from us both being just rotten human beings. So instead of us going our separate ways and saying adios, we're going to go ahead and renew those vows, kind of freshen them up, kind of like, you get your sheets, after, a couple weeks, they kind of, we can throw them away. We don't need them anymore. Or we could just wash them. That's what they're doing. They're going to renew their vows. Well, good for them. And do it in the jailhouse. All right, well, let's go on now. Let's move on to Hot Shots. Here we got Hot Shots. Here we have it. All these are, by the way, down in New York City. But New York City, if you could just sit on any corner practically down there, and in no time at all, you'd have tons of good material. Yeah, it's just rife with it, as it is. We got right here, we've got the TV detective, Donnie Wahlberg. He had no trouble finding his balance between work and play. Yeah, he can work. Right here, the picture shows him. First of all, let me describe this to you if you don't already have this magazine. It's Lloyd. You've got a cop, and the cop's looking over, kind of like an ATM machine or something, like he's about ready to think about robbing it. I don't know. Maybe they don't make enough money there. Maybe they make too much. Who knows? Maybe they're just inclined to be criminals. But while this is going on, Donnie Wahlberg is doing this. He looks like a clown. Okay, he's 1 foot on the ground. His legs completely parallel. I mean, perpendicular, I guess is the right word we use. While the other leg, he's got it lifted up like he's like some kind of goofy marching soldier. And his hand is like he can barely balance. Got a silly, goofy look on his face. And it does look like, if you just take the leg, it looks like the one leg that's on the ground, still holding him up. He looks like a normal business guy. But the rest of him, above that, the other leg up in the air, and then he's got his head, he's like crime scene, got his hand on, apparently this other cop, he's in the movie, so he's just an extra, so he's definitely probably thinking about robbing the ATM. Now, the rest of those that's riding on top, sitting on top of that leg, he looks like a complete buffoon fool. Yeah, so good job, Donnie Wahlberg. You pulled that off. Nice snap, nice shot. Now, what do we have over here? We got 90210, America's most famous zip code. The co-stars here, they got Jenny Garth, left Tori Spelling right, and crowned winner drag queen contest. And it says here, who was wigging out with excitement. Now, I can't tell myself if this drag queen, if it's one of them, it's a woman dressed up like a woman or a man dressed up like a woman, which I guess that's the whole idea of being a drag queen, right? Yeah, I like it. We see women all the time that look just like men. For example, Cosby's old lady, and we don't think anything of it. We don't call them drag kings, do we? No, we don't. No, we don't. Well, I'm just saying, I think we should. I think we should call them drag kings. I mean, when a woman looks like a man, for crying out loud, why are we so, why do we give it all to the men that can look like women? Why don't we ever, it's just not fair to the women who can look like men, not to give them some sort of, and it's always with men, it's always funny, it's entertaining. Oh, look, this man, he's dressed like a woman. Oh my God, look at his legs. He's sexier than any woman's legs. I mean, that sort of thing. But when it's the other way, we don't, it's just like down on the farm, she just made you think it's a boy, but nothing. It's just like, what? It's just not fair. I think we should think about that a little bit. I'd like to start the whole drag king thing. Maybe they could have performances. Maybe we could start like shows, come and see the drag kings. Maybe mix it up. Drag kings with drag queens. And then even throw in some real women that are women, that look like women, and throw in some real men that look like men that are men, and kind of like, just like, can you tell if this is a drag king or a man? Can you tell if this is a drag queen or a woman? Well, I think it's a great idea. Yeah, so do I. I like it. Well, all right. Let's put that together. Let's start that. I like it. Okay, now we got, what's it saying here? We're kind of moving right along here. It says here, that's one cool cat. Jerry O'Connell some guy who's an actor. He's been in a few movies. This says a paid perfect visit, paid a PUR-fect visit to Bravo's Watch What Happens Live. Watch What Happens Live. Now that's a name of a show if ever I heard, right? Okay, and don't miss this opportunity to make a possum, P-A-W-S-O-M, new friend. Now, of course, that to me should be like a possum, like you actually have possum, P-O-S-S, you know. But no, this is like possum, the play off of cat's paw. So in this picture, he's smiling, he's sitting down, and he's holding a cat. You think nothing of it, but it looks here, if you look closer at his pants, it looks like the cat has taken a massive crap on him. I tell you, that's a snap, huh? Okay.
You've been enjoying another episode of the G-Block Show, and we hope you're telling your friends about the G-Block Show. If you have feedback or suggestions or would like to be a G-Block Show sponsor, please contact us at gblockshow.com.
Hey, for the price of a fancy store-bought card, I will make you an online video card. An invitation, greeting, birthday wish, get well, congratulations, anything, and perhaps more than what you'd buy a traditional boring card for. I can make it for you. It's great because it's online and it can be shared or sent to anyone and everyone. No postage needed. And I'm sure you'll agree that I'm way more entertaining and lovable than any paper card. And not to mention I'm a celebrity. Oh, it's so easy. All you have to do is go to www.gblockshow.com. And that's all one word, G-Block-Show. And then, of course, a little .com. I'm very salty, and I can't wait to hear from you. Well, I can, but I'd rather not.
Don't miss the next G-Block Show, which is episode 11.